Yo, yo, my name is Lavish, and you're watching Shifter. I was one.
DGK Gato Fuego.
Shifter.
This is your boy KB, the boss from Shifter Magazine.com, and I'm here with one of the artists who is buzzing in the city of Toronto. The man to my left, none other than Lavish, just came off with dropping an amazing EP, amazing project. We had a chance to review over at Shifter, and you guys can check it out over at shiftermagazine.com. But yo, we're delighted to sit down with you, one of the rising stars in Canada.
I'm happy to be here.
Lavish.
Yeah.
Yo, so how's it been, man? How's the buzz is there? Like we're hearing about you. I was at Canadian Music Week having some lunch with some people, and you were the subject of conversation at the table. And everyone was just like, "Yo, you're Lavish." so definitely, people are talking. People are buzzing. Like, how does it feel right now? Because obviously there's momentum behind you.
Yeah, I mean, it feels overwhelming. Honestly, it's amazing. At the same time, like when you start to buzz, when you start to pick something up and people start to hear you, you're going to be called to do a lot of things. Just like interviews, just like, you got to be here, you got to be there. So it's a lot of like, I can't really process it right now. I'm more so just working, in the moment and riding the moment out. But I'll sit at home in bed and just look at, what's going on. But, in real time, it's tough. It's tough to like take it in.
Yeah, but, it must be rewarding though after putting in work for years. It must be rewarding to now gain that recognition.
Oh, most definitely. It's been a lot of years of blood, sweat, and tears. I know it's cliche, but to now my work and efforts and long nights, it all seeming to pay off and it's all coming together. It feels great. I'm thankful for a lot of things. Thankful, I'm blessed to be in this position I am right now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Let's go back a little bit because you have kind of a unique story. Originally from Zambia, ended up in Winnipeg of all places. Like, what was that transition like? Because I feel like that's like a night and day transition.
Definitely like a lot of cultural differences. My parents would tell you that. When I got off the plane when I was like 7 years old, step on the tarmac in Winnipeg and seeing all this white stuff. But to me, it wasn't like the snow. Like I didn't feel cold until I guess like my conscious kicked in a couple of months after, where it's like, oh, this shit's actually cold. I got frostbite at school, and it's a lot of cultural differences for sure. Because growing up in Africa and with foreign parents, with African parents, and obviously myself being an African, it's a lot of culture shock.
Yeah, and obviously everybody's black in Africa.
Exactly.
And you come to Canada, there's other kinds of people that must have been a little bit interesting.
And I tell you, like there was this one time I remember I was like 5 years old. There was this white dude, my first time seeing a white person. So we're at some house. I think it's the house we were staying at before we came here. And some man in a cowboy hat comes up. I think it's my dad's friend, some white dude. And I was as white as him when he came. I was terrified. The cats were like, I turned pale. I was terrified.
Wow.
It was crazy.
It's interesting. That's an interesting experience. Let's go a little bit ahead, because you've been in the game a while. What was the first introduction to music? Like, you have your early memories of music. Some people can be like parents playing records, at home. It could be like maybe singing in church. Like, what was that first kind of spark for you when it comes to music?
It was definitely when I heard Drake headlines that my sister showed me when I was younger. It was the first hip hop R&B song I ever heard. I think I was like 12, 11, 13, something like that.
Okay.
And that was the first time I ever heard of him. And I just that was like everything to me.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe like somebody like that exists. Because before that I was listening to like Billy Talent, Mariana's Trench, and like, mind you, I'm like 11.
Yeah.
Just listening to like Disturbed and Aerosmith, just all these people that don't come from where I come from.
Yeah.
Then I heard Drake and I was just like, wow.
It must be interesting because fast forward, like you got the kind of like the co-sign from Drake, or he's feeling the music. What's that like to have gone from just being the fans now being like, okay, you have like some report? That's
what popped up in my head when I first heard his music. So when they posted the steak thing, when the steak thing was going on, because they said my name on a steak live stream.
Chubbs is doing this thing. He has some incredible artists that he playing me, Lavish and
a couple other people that he's working with.
And the first thing that popped up in my head was that time that I first heard him. And then, he was like saying my name. It's crazy. Yeah.
No, definitely congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's talk about just, the project. It recently came out. Absolutely loved it. What was the feeling just working on it? Because I feel like for me, it's such a special, like I hear a lot of music. We get a lot of submissions.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, it's almost rare when I hear something and I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm excited by this.
First of all, it was at Drake's properties in LA, but more so it was, I think that was me discovering myself as an artist, because that was the first full on singing project that I've ever done. Making those songs just happened to be me finding myself as an artist and as a person, what kind of music I make and who's going to be around me on this journey.
Yeah. And in the explanation of the title, you talked about, the time for revenge has passed, and success is the best revenge. Like, unpack that. Like what message were you trying to get across with that?
Yeah. So the title is so you made a big mistake. It's more so like it's for people to relate their demons to, whoever did them wrong, and what they went through. They can go and use that title and use that project as sort of a cushion or a blanket or something to relate to. There's a little bit of everything for everybody in there. Even though it's only 7 songs, it's like, there's something for everybody in there.
Yeah. Like we were listening to it just on the way here again. And we were all the sounds on it. You have 17 that has a little bit like that rock alternative. Everything else, how did you go there? But you told me you just mentioned Aerosmith.
Yeah, that one, 17 especially, was inspired by, first of all, I love Bob Marley. I love all Jamaican music. So I wanted to give it that sort of redemption feel and, liberating feel, but at the same time staying true to myself and staying true to the project and just giving it, a topic that will sit well in the project. That song was inspired by this last scene from Bohemian Rhapsody movie. When he sang Bohemian Rhapsody, I think it was the 7th song in that song or something, because it's a song with 8 songs, and then just seeing how the crowd and the fans just took the song in, and the feeling that it gave me as a fan, as a movie watcher, just the feeling it gave me. I wanted to recreate that without stealing. I think I did a pretty good job.
And the other song that really stood out was Piano Man. Listening to her on the way here, she went in our camera person, she was like, "That's not him." I was like, "Yeah, that's him." But it's like that song was it's so big. I don't know if it was maybe some Elton John type feels, or I don't know. Maybe it was just such a big piano ballad. What was the inspiration for that song?
Musically, that song was inspired by my piano player. So I'm actually talking about my piano player.
Wow.
But I also have an alter ego to the song, Piano Man, where it's because I say, but how come at the end of the day it's me and Piano Man? And I'm also talking about myself. How come it's just me in the studio? It's me and this musical self, and you guys aren't here. You come through for the drinks, the shots, the access to this party, and but when it's time to work, you guys are not going to RSVP for that.
Yeah. You're in a conversation in the car on the way here. We're talking a little bit about that ourselves, but that's definitely true. That's true what you're saying there. I'm gonna read you a little bit of my review here, just just what I wrote, because I was like,
I read it.
You read it? Yeah. Oh shoot! I feel so honored that you actually read it. So
I read everything.
I don't get any. I don't usually get feedback, but yeah, my headline was no, Canada's next up.
My mom appreciated that, by the way.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
I always love with the moms and the parents, when I get the article coincide from the moms and parents. But I was talking about just because of the diversity of the sound, you have the ability to really cross over to different demographics and really putting in that potential conversation like the Drakes and the Weekends. Is that the aspiration? Is that where you would love to be? Or
definitely the Drakes, the Michael Jacksons, the Justin Biebers, the Queens, the John Lennons, everybody that was great.
So you're out for greatness.
I'm out for everything.
Yeah.
It's just it's like that's what it is with everything. It's I'm not going to do something if I don't want to be the best at it.
Yeah.
Just like I played football when I was younger. I wanted to be the best at it until music came along and football was thrown to the side, or skateboarding was thrown to the side. It's now I'm here and now I'll be the best at it. It's why do something if you're not going to go full out? It just doesn't make any sense. I'm not here just for some Instagram likes and some followers. I got a legacy to build, I got people to look after, people to feed. So it's like, well, why would I be wasting my time and just doing this for the short run?
A quick little game before we go. I want to do like Winnipeg, Toronto. Who does it better? So like,
I'm loving these questions today.
We'll go through a little bit of, so Zambian food. Who does it better? Winnipeg or Toronto? I'm assuming Zambian food is a thing, but who does the food better?
Winnipeg, because my mom lives there.
Not true. Okay, there you go. I had a feeling. I was like, when I crafted the question, I was like, he's gonna say Winnipeg because his mom's there.
But no. There's no Zambian spots in Winnipeg.
Okay.
And I think I've been to one here in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's my mom.
That's good.
My mom, definitely.
Caribbean food. Who does it better?
Don't even ask me that question. It's Toronto.
Okay. I was trying to see, because I might go to Winnipeg one day, so I don't know.
No, Toronto, definitely.
And my last word, the ladies, the women, who does it better, Winnipeg or Toronto?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I plead the fifth.
You'll make a good husband one day. That's a good answer. Before we go, let's talk about you have some big upcoming performances.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in South Africa. You're gonna be with Tamia, the legend, Tamia. What are your thoughts, just first of all, on just being able to tour with?
It's surreal. It's surreal, but I have to go out there and execute. That's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah. And we learned that it's sold out show.
Sold out, yes.
Sold out show.
Right.
Yeah, sold out show.
Sold out.
No, that's dope. Like, it's good to just see the success you're having. You seem like you have the right team, you have the talent, you have the recipe for success. So yeah,
all it is hard work. I'm telling you,
it's the hustle for sure.
Exactly,
for sure. Anything you have kind of aside from the shows, anything else you have coming up, or any aspirations that you kind of want to put out there?
Yeah, we have a Toronto show coming up.
Yeah,
not sure of the dates, the date yet. I'll be traveling a lot. UK and, all over the world, America. I'm going to be a TV fan.
Oh, shit. Yo, we're hoping to be there. We're hoping. So yeah, that's dope.
A lot of exciting things set up.
You did mention quickly, just, I heard before this, so you rap as well.
Yeah.
You plan at all to kind of like dip back into that side of things at all in the future? Because you do the singing obviously very well, but any aspirations to kind of jump the other side again?
You know what it is? I never left rap. I just now do it melodically. Now it's like I put my bars into my big classic records. These big classical sounding records. I put my bars in there, and I'm still rapping.
That's dope. And I mean, what I do love about just your delivery, you don't deliver like a regular R&B vocalist. Like your delivery is like there's so much detail in there of how you deliver, like even just accentuating certain words and adding drama. Like where's that come from?
Honestly, I don't know. It just comes from who I am as a person. Like you said, drama. Like I'm very dramatic. In
a good way.
In a good way, obviously. Like I'm just, it's just the artist that I'm growing to be, and studying all these different older artists. It's like it really affected me. And in a great way. So I just want to give people something they can feel every time they listen to that one thing or the whole project. It's like I don't want to just come on there and deliver songs and sing like I don't want to be here. I'm trying to sing through my competition, You know what I mean? Like I'm not no Beyonce. I'm not doing all these crazy runs, but you're gonna feel my voice when I'm on that mic. When I'm in your ears,
Yeah. And I do want to pivot back just quickly. You've had some big moments so far. You went to the UK with Jesse Reyes.
Yeah.
Performed recently, Party Next Door show. I saw on YouTube, flew out to New York and all that kind of stuff. What's been your number one kind of like pinch me moment?
To be honest with you, it was when I got signed. I signed Chubbs way back because I was his very first artist ever signed to Chubbs.
Yeah.
And you know what that comes with, like that comes with a lot. Being his first artist at Chubbs, like it's a very well-respected man.
Yeah.
And just being under that umbrella is just something that a lot of people wish for, and I got to open that gift.
Dope, definitely. And congratulations on that, man.
Thank you.
And we'll be watching what happens with you, not just this year, but even beyond that, because we do believe they could have longevity in this industry. And yeah, make sure to check out the project.
You made a big
You
mistake.
made a big mistake. Make sure to check it out. Dope project, one of the best we've heard so far this year. Once again, this is Lavish.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you for joining us.
Of course.